What is going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going through why most bulking phases fail, why most people don't look better and they could potentially look worse off after a bulking phase. Now, this video is for you if you've ever said, I've put 10 kilo on but I still look the same. I don't look like I've added any muscle tissue and I actually look worse off than before the bulking phase. People think a bulk is a license to eat any food that they want. No. A successful bulk is one where you add mostly muscle tissue to the body whilst gaining minimal fat. Now, to do this, you have to be patient. You have to go on a long bulk, sometimes 26 to 32 weeks, if not more, looking at eating a surplus of 200 to 300 calories per week. The first mistake a lot of people make is they're actually not eating in a calorie surplus. So they're not tracking calories and they're just eating anything, just thinking, this looks like this amount of calories, and just blagging it. Now, what isn't measured isn't managed. You do not know how much food you're putting in your body and how many calories that food has until you actually track your food. For the first 2 weeks of a bulking phase, I would suggest you track every single thing you put in your body so you have a greater idea of the macros and how your body responds to that food. Here's what usually happens during a typical bulk. You wake up, you have a big breakfast, you go to the gym, you have a huge post-workout meal, and then you snack at night. And the rest of the day is surprisingly light. Liquid calories get forgotten. Weekend meals get forgotten. Let's use an example. Someone says he's eating 3,500 calories, but when he weighs his food, tracks sources, drinks, snacks and weekends, he's actually averaging around 2,800. If his maintenance is 2,900, he's not bulking, he's maintaining. Therefore, he's wasting time because he's not tracking his calories and he's not putting enough food in his body to make it grow. A couple of ways to see that your bulk isn't working. Your body weight has not increased for 2 to 3 weeks. Your physique hasn't improved. There are a couple of simple ways we can fix this. Weigh everything you eat for 14 days. Track it on apps such as MyFitnessPal. They give you a good estimate of exactly what you're putting into your body. Now, as well as tracking your food, track your body weight each day. Therefore, you know how many calories you need to see a growth in scale weight. A good bulk is one where you add up to ½ pound of body weight per week. Anything more, you're running a risk of gaining fat. Now the opposite problem, people are overeating. Now some people are eating in massive surpluses, which could be down to not tracking calories. They're eating 4,000-5,000 calories a day. Their motto is eat big to get big. Now, even though you will be increasing scale weight quicker than a lean bulk, this is not effective in the long term. For a natural lifter, muscle growth is much slower than people think. A beginner might build 0.5 to 1 kilogram of muscle per month in excellent conditions. An intermediate lifter often builds 0.2 to 0.5 kilogram per month. If you gain 4 kilo in a month, the majority is not muscle. What happens when you dirty bulk is you have fast food daily, you have desserts most nights, the quality of food that you're consuming isn't the best. It doesn't make you perform at your best. Your scale weight shoots up 8 kg in 10 weeks. You're gaining weight too fast. Your waist increases rapidly. Your face is noticeably puffier, strengths up slightly, but your physique looks a lot softer and you avoid taking shirtless photos. The way we can stop overeating is by having a small surplus during all our gaining phases. So eating between 200 to 300 calories above maintenance per day. Now you need to remember, the leaner you stay, the longer you can bulk. The slower, the better. It's a game of patience. Increasing muscle tissue to the body is all about patience. It's not a process that you can rush. This is a mistake that nobody wants to hear. Your training is affecting your bulking phase. Now, food does not build muscle by itself. Food provides the materials. Training provides the reason for your body to use those materials to build muscle. A lot of people bulk while doing random inconsistent workouts, excessive cardio classes, light weights for high reps, changing programs every couple of weeks, training hard but not progressing. Ask yourself, are you stronger than 3 months ago in the 6 to 12 rep range? For example, focus on seeing a strength increase in bench press, rows, pull downs, pull-ups, squats, overhead press and deadlifts. Mainly your big compound lifts. If these lifts are not gradually improving, your muscles have little reason to grow. And no, sweating more does not mean stimulating more muscle growth. Now what actually works? 10 to 20 sets per muscle per week, working to 1 to 3 reps to failure, pushing yourself hard every single session in the gym, trying to apply progressive overload when possible, whilst also maintaining good form. The fourth common mistake is you're not recovering from your training. Now, your sleep is poor, your recovery is poor, you're not giving your muscles the best opportunity to heal, repair, and be ready for your next session. Now, most of the progress you make in the gym is actually outside of the gym. That's in terms of recovery, your sleep, and just how you're preparing yourself for the next session. If you don't look after your body, you go into the next session sore, you're not going to be able to push yourself to the limits that you need to. Many lifters are stuck in a cycle of 5 to 6 days of training, poor sleep, high stress, not enough protein, and constant fatigue. They're doing enough work to create damage, but they're not recovering enough to create adaptation. You should be looking at 7.5 to 9 hours sleep, protein 1.6 to 2 gram per kilogram, rest days 1 to 2 a week. A rule I go by is if my performance is decreasing for 2 consecutive weeks, let's not look at getting pre-workouts. Let's not look at getting extra carbs in our system. Look at the stuff that we're in control of naturally, such as our sleep and such as our recovery. If you recover properly, your performance should maintain, if not improve. A lot of bulks fail because people expect to see muscle too quickly. Now, social media is a bit to blame. You see all these influencers with great achievable physiques, and either they're dishonest or they're not clear about how long it actually takes to get in that elite shape. So you start at the gym, you go 2-3 months and you don't look like your favourite influencer. You're not chiseled like them. And now you think the process is wrong. You think the gym's not for you. Let's be realistic. The process of going to the gym, I always compare to building a house. You want to be applying a brick by brick basis. Every single time you go to the gym, that's another brick, that's another foundation being laid. Here's the key. The leaner you stay, the easier it is to see muscle tissue, the better your physique will look. For example, if you start your bulk at 18 to 22% body fat and you gain 5 kg of muscle, the muscle is still being hidden by the body fat. Whereas if you start your bulk at 8 to 12% body fat in a lean state, the 5 kg of muscle will be shown a lot more. A way to track progress is by taking photos every single week, from the front, from the side, and from the back. Now, looking in a mirror is a terrible judge. You need to see it from a camera lens. You will be able to see progress over a period of 8 to 12 weeks if you take photos consecutively. The same pose, the same light, and the same pump. You're only tricking yourself. Be honest during this process and it will give you the clearest picture possible. And that's the truth that nobody tells beginners. A successful bulk isn't about chucking 3, 4, 5,000 calories on a daily basis. If your bulk isn't working, don't ask, what supplement should I take next? Ask yourself, which of these 5 fundamentals are you doing wrong and what can you do to improve? Because when calories, protein, training and performance are all mixed together, you're on the right road to making a very incredible physique. Now, if this video has been helpful, please like and subscribe for more valuable content. As always, thank you for the support on the channel. It's massively appreciated. Any comments down below, any questions, let me know.